So, Trump was right about tariffs. That's subject to the riff. In case you didn't see it, late Friday afternoon, President Trump posted an op-ed piece on the Wall Street Journal website entitled, "My Tariffs Have Brought America Back." And then it appeared in the Saturday morning print edition. I don't think people focused on it because everybody was talking about Mr. Trump's superb nomination of Kevin Warsh as Federal Reserve Chairman. But it is worth revisiting this piece, which is kind of a rebuttal to all the criticisms by the Wall Street Journal editorial board regarding Mr. Trump's tariff policies. Anyway, the president makes a lot of important points. For one thing, he notes that there was never any retaliation against his tariffs. And therefore, all the Smoot-Hawley 1930s talk turned out to be false alarms. In fact, instead of retaliation, there were deals. And Mr. Trump points out deals with China, the UK, European Union, Japan, a number of countries in Southeast Asia. But as he said, the deals reduced barriers for U.S. exports and may well have led to stock market booms, not only here in America, but in all the countries that came to the deal-making table. Meanwhile, I'll just insert that Smoot-Hawley raised tariffs to 60 or 70%, but most of the effective Trump tariffs are really closer to 15%. And as the president points out, a couple of $100 billion in tariff-related revenues have helped lower the budget deficit by as much as 27%. Meanwhile, American exports, way up. Imports, lower. The trade deficit narrowed substantially. Mr. Trump gives much of the credit for the economic boom to the one big beautiful bill, tax cuts, lighter regulation, drill, baby, drill. But his policy of trade reciprocity really does look like a great success. To quote him in the piece, "We have proven decisively that properly applied, tariffs do not hurt growth. They promote growth and greatness, just as I said all along," end quote. All right. He also cites a Harvard Business School study that foreign producers and non-U.S. big corporations are paying at least 80% of the tariff costs. Very interesting. He also notes that the various trade deals prompted by the tariff tool are generating tremendous foreign investment in the U.S. Now, Mr. Trump likes to use $18 trillion. The official White House website says $9.6 trillion. Of course, he loves to embellish. And anyway, who's to say he won't get the commitments? And anyway, just getting half of it's remarkable. Another important point in the tariff piece was the use of tariffs in international diplomacy, where tariff diplomacy became an important national security tool. And this is something the pending Supreme Court decision hopefully will fully take into account. Just today, Mr. Trump got an agreement from India to stop buying Russian oil, in return for which the U.S. will lower its tariff on India from 25% to 18%. That's another intersection of trade policy with foreign policy. All in, you know, the Trump reciprocal tariffs have surely contributed to the Trumpian economic boom. And you know what, folks? In another riff, I'm going to tell you why Mr. Trump is really a free trader at heart. And that's my riff. All right.